could we get a mic check from CGPT.fun? We have a huge spaces today with ChainGPT and CGPT.fun. Let's get it started.
Hey, can you guys hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm really well. Exciting day here, obviously, with the release of this really cool product. So appreciate you guys having me on. Done a lot of spaces before, but I don't think I've ever done one with DEXTools. So it's cool to hop on with you guys. I've been a big fan of your guys' product for a long time. So appreciate the invite tonight.
Likewise, it's honestly our pleasure to have you guys here. And we started our weekly DEXTspaces. We're kicking them off every Wednesday, so it's slightly new. And as I mentioned, it's our pleasure, and we're glad to have you guys on. ChangeGPT is a large, name in the game, so it's great to host you guys. I mean, to kick things off, can you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about ChainGPT for those that don't know what you guys are doing, and then how it connects to CGPT.fun.
Sure. Well, my name is Chris Duggan, marketing manager at ChainGPT. I've been at the company for about 18 months, so about a year and a half now, and it's been a wild ride. I mean, tons of fun product releases during that time, and I love working with the team all the way down to the social media managers to the management side of things. It's been a cool experience. I've worked in Web3 for 6 or 7 years. I worked at BNB Chain before coming to ChainGPT. And during my time at BNB, I was a social media manager, so I hosted a lot of Twitter Spaces myself. So I think I've done hundreds of hours worth of these things. So it's something that I enjoy to do. And actually, I got to know the ChainGPT team while I was on a space with Elon, our CEO and founder, and start checking out the products. And then most of you guys will probably know listening in. I see a few members of our community here. I see Connor and a couple other people that I recognize. Um, we are a Web3 AI infrastructure. So I always like to say whenever I do a space or a public speaking event about ChangeGPT that it has something literally for everyone. Whether you're a coder, an artist, whether you're just really into AI, whether you're a trader, whether you like getting involved in IDOs, etc. ChangeGPT literally has something for everyone. So definitely recommend you guys check out our app, which is app.chanegpt.org. I'm not here to talk about the AI suite though, because as I mentioned at the top, this is our launch day for cgpt.fun. So cgpt.fun is the brand newest product from ChainGPT, and it is an AI agent and meme coin launcher. I think we've all, probably dabbled in these meme coin launchers in the last, few months. Pump.fun comes to mind. Others that have been popular in more recent weeks. Uh, Bunk, and it was a big one as well. And yeah, we decided to launch our own one. It's been quite the process, and really looking forward to talking more about it. So that's just a quick intro to me and our company, the work that we do, but looking forward to getting into more detail here.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on the huge launch. As you mentioned, today is a big day for you guys. So let's dive into what CGPT.fun is. What makes you guys different from the other meme coin array and launch platforms? As you mentioned, you have Pump.fun, Let's Bonk, which is, gaining traction on Pump.fun, and then the other 100 platforms that are out there as well. What makes you guys different? Why are people going to use you guys? Maybe you could dive into, the difference with CGPT.fun.
Yeah, well, one thing I'd love if everybody could do while you're listening, because if you're just listening to me talk, like it might not be as exciting as if you actually check out the platform like at the same time. So I'd invite every single person who's listening right now, if you're on your laptop, open up another tab. If you're on your phone, open up your laptop or a smart fridge or whatever device you use, and open up cgpt.fun. You just have to type that in, cgpt.fun, into your browser, and you'll see it for yourself. You'll see what I'm about to describe for yourself. What makes us different? The thing that sticks out most to me is the AI agent component of this launchpad. So most places, you just launch a meme coin. It just goes out there into the world with basically nothing going for it. Maybe you have a Twitter account, maybe you have to have a team, maybe you have to manually operate that. But with CGPT.fun, you can actually agentify it. So in addition to when you're setting it up, it only takes a couple of minutes to filling out everything for your coin. You can also train it. So it can have the attributes that you want, the personality that you want, and you can even link an X account to it. And then what that will do is basically auto post for you on Twitter, um, uh, basically creating a self-sustaining, non-stop, almost like an employee of yours. Before you know, you'd have to like run your own social media account. Maybe you have funny ideas for memes, but you don't, maybe you're not like an expert at social media content and stuff like that. This is where the AI agent component of this platform really shines. So there's so many creative applications and use cases for this. And now that we've just started our public launch, I really can't wait to see what people do with it, right? So the implications and the possibilities are really endless, right? If someone really trains their meme coin and AI agent combo well, it can, lead to something really hilarious. And that's kind of what we want. We want people to just sort of unleash chaos right now onto Web3. And I can't wait to see what people do. One thing that might be, useful to you is if you check out our Twitter profile. So it's the one that I'm speaking from right now. Everybody's got to check out this video. We dropped this like hype teaser video um, just earlier today during the launch. And we worked, even though it's just a 12-second video, we worked with a great agency on it. And we worked so hard on this video. Like, if you watch it, it's actually insane. And that's kind of the idea. The idea is we want you to meme hard. We want you to agentify hype. We want you to be able to turn your meme coins into something that is really like alive and out there and active and has a personality, and that can really be a force for you because we all know like the meme coin is only as successful as its community, right? So that's our goal, is to give you these tools to help you build a community, and then just I want people just creating wacky shit, just like having a laugh with it. Yeah, so that's kind of the main, I would say, selling point that we think helps the platform stand apart from the others that you mentioned.
Amazing. I mean, I totally agree with a lot of the points that you shared. I've also, been stalking the X account, and the intern or whoever's running it's doing a great job. The posts are really great, and I checked out the video, and it's awesome to say the least. So you touched on a little bit about the different types of launches. So I wanted to ask, with the launch option, the combined launch option, how do you see meme coins paired with AI agents changing the way communities form and interact in Web3?
Yeah, thank you for the shout out to our social team. That's a lot of people have worked really hard on that content, and we were just remarking as we were reviewing everything we've done leading up to this launch from the gated access. They kind of, I'm sure you guys are the same. When you work on a team and then it's a team effort, you see little bits of everyone here and there. And we've had some amazing input, and we've had fun with it. Right? There's no way you can launch a meme coin platform without like posting some memes and having some fun with it. So uh, yeah, appreciate that shout out, and everyone make sure to follow along because we've got some more. There's like some crazy stuff that we have worked on that our lead for this product was like, no, it's for our launch, we just have to keep it a certain way. But I'm gonna be pushing as hard as I can for the crazy stuff to just break down the walls here. So just yeah, stay tuned because it's gonna be really cool output there. But to your question about how they can change communities. Um, not only can you create a Twitter bot, but you can also create a TG bot and Discord as well, and they can actually interact with as well. So it's something that people can ask questions to, people can have interactions with. So it's not just something that's a bot that's posting like by itself. There's actually an interactive quality to it as well. So like I said in my um, remarks just a couple minutes ago on your last question. I think this kind of gives people a cool, fun tool to build a community around, whereas your community is no longer just like a profile picture and some shit posts on the timeline. There's actually a product there, and if you train it right, it can have all sorts of inventive applications. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what people do, and I'm hoping that this AI agent or agentified meme coin is gonna unlock some crazy community growth for people. And as I've said a few times now, I just can't wait to see what people end up making of it. So
I know you talked about, building the AI agents, training them. It's quite hot, the nation. I've seen a lot of companies and new platforms charge for these types of services. So I wanted to ask a question. For creators linking a token to an AI agent, what's an example of how that AI could function? I know you mentioned getting it to tweet. Is there a cost to make them function, do certain tasks? Is there a monthly cost? How does it work?
yes, it's interesting. So like originally the platform was built where there was a cost. But I think right now from just the outset, everything is just free. So we just want people to try things out and you know, experiment with the tech, and then we'll see where things go from there. And then, as we build in functionality, perhaps that could be turned into, a paid model. But yeah, for now, those are some of the things I mentioned about how an AI agent could function, and you could literally just um, you know, have it be whatever you like. Let's say you have a band, right? And you train the AI agent with a bunch of lyrics from your band, and it could like tweet out random lyrics, or um, people could ask the AI agent questions about your band, like what does this song mean, or something like that. This is just a random. I've come up with so many random ideas for AI agents and meme coin concepts, most of which have been roundly rejected by my colleagues and superiors. But I still keep trying to come up with ideas. A taco truck. Imagine if your taco truck had its own AI agent and Twitter bot. People could ask you questions about your menu and stuff like that. So that's where I want to see this going. I want to see people like actually put effort into it, because with any platform, right? Like whether it's the ones we mentioned before, people are just gonna put like the most random stuff, and a lot of it is gonna be kind of like slop, right? But what I really want to see is how we're gonna empower people. This might be a good moment to mention our competition we have going. So if you guys head over to my X profile, the one I'm speaking from, if you're listening on the space, you can just click on my profile. Don't worry, you won't be kicked out of the chat here. And you can see our tweet from 4 hours ago, the BIDDLE program, which I imagine is supposed to mean build program, but it's for some reason it's charming because they've misspelled it. I guess that's the idea there. Uh, it's a $10,000 competition. You could win $10,000 in CGPT or split it um, by building on our platform. So that's what I'm saying. I want to see people build the most creative, high effort AI agents and community projects, and then if you're the kind of person that just wants to do it for the sake of doing it, that's cool. But if you want to make a little change while you're in the process, then I do recommend this program. So check it out. It's a thread. There's a doc at the bottom of the thread where you can submit your idea. So get going on that, guys. We want to see like what you built, and really excited. So let's go. Enter the BIDDLE program, the build program. Who named that, by the way? I wasn't consulted at that. Never mind.
It's a take on the HODL spelling,
Yeah,
but a
yeah.
$10,000 giveaway. Nobody sleep on that. Make sure to check out cgpt.fun. I checked out the platform and it's extremely clean. I'll be honest, I was kind of looking for one of those for the private demo access code, and I was quite afraid to ask. I was like, you know what, I'll just wait for public like everybody else.
I would
But
have given
no,
you one, to be honest.
thank you.
Next time,
Super
just hit
clean.
me up. I got you anytime.
Super clean, and looking forward to using the platform myself. And I have a tough question for you, and you might hate me for asking. How many meme coins are being launched today? Like thousands now, maybe 5,000 plus. How is cgbt.fun with meme coins often burning bright, fading fast? How does your platform infrastructure give these projects a longer life cycle? How are you helping, builders or people launching tokens? How are you helping communities?
Yeah, great question. So, first thing, as far as your question of how many memes have launched today, I've seen quite a few. I'm not going to say it's in the thousands, but I think we are still sort of getting our footing in terms of all the promotion that we want to do. We're not just sort of planning it to be one big day where this is all the publicity we're ever going to get. No, we actually have a full comprehensive strategy to roll out with tier one partners that you'll be familiar with. For example, tomorrow we're formally announcing our PancakeSwap partnership. Not sure I was supposed to say that, but a little bit of alpha here for you on the space. We are going to be announcing that soon. And so I think we give a lot to, but to get back to your question, I think we give a lot of opportunity to people through the tools to make things kind of sustainable as possible, right? So we have the ability for people to choose their bonding curve, 5K, 10K, or 20K. And that is something that leads into the graduation, as we all know, of these platforms from the bonding curve to PancakeSwap v2, and all that liquidity is migrated, locked onto PancakeSwap, and trading will continue seamlessly. One really cool thing about the platform that I like is the transparent on-chain fees. So it's 0.5% to buy, 1% sell for our fees, and all those fees um, feed into our reward system. So those rewards are not being extracted by us, the platform owners, but actually fed back into the users. And that's some of our steps that we're taking to make things for um, more sustainable in the future. So
Awesome, transparent fees. It's always great to know what you're spending when buying and selling meme coins. And since you touched on it slightly, can you dive into the reward system for creators, referrers, and the community? How does that work?
definitely. So this is the part that the team worked really hard on, and I think there was an emphasis on just really nailing this because our whole thing is like we don't actually want to create a platform where whales and manipulators. Another thing I want to say about this platform, totally transparent. I'm not a tech person, but I was involved in tech discussions, high level stuff. At no point was there any discussion about like botting this platform, right? Like think of the other ones. Like there's got to be so much like bot manipulation stuff like that. We don't do anything like that and have no intention to be involved in anything like that. So our reward system and also like our general ethos of the platform is to create a great experience for the user where you can have fun and earn rewards. So let's talk about some of those to your question. 50 to 70% of all your trading fees uh, once your token graduated. And you also get a share of the liquidity migration fee. And um, it's an interesting point about, like I think you said, how do we reward support creators? We really want to make sure that the projects that do well, that we are actually supporting them, whether that's through marketing or whatever. There is some like just fully transparent. There is some interesting like compliance concerns about like which projects we are allowed to support, and maybe it can't just be one over another, so it needs to be sort of like widely distributed. So that's part of the approach here. So that will be, we have a set of guidelines, but that will sort of be applied once we have, ideally a few runners on the platform. And of course, we want to use the full might of not only CGPT.fun as a budding, brand new brand, but of course the broader ChainGPT ecosystem to support as well. So that is it for creators. For traders, there's early bonding curve entry before the token hits the DEX. And as I mentioned, there's those low fees, 0.5% to buy, 1% to sell, and that's going to keep those costs done. And one of the coolest ones, I think, is for referrers. You earn 20% of all bonding curve trading fees from creators you refer. So that referral system is going to be really pivotal to the entire situation here. And another thing that I think is really important, all of this is transparent and traceable on chain. So that's a little bit more detail about our reward system.
You guys are covering the the traders, creators, the referrers, and I wanted to touch on the actual CGPT token. I know you guys have a plethora of utility in different verticals. all across the ChainGPT ecosystem. So maybe you could go into the overall CGBT token utility, and then how does it support the CGPT.fun ecosystem?
Yep. So CGPT token is going to power the AI agent creation and operation. So it is required for combined token and AI launches. Um, at this time, the bonding curves are not ready for just CGPT. So they're going to be USDT or C. Sorry, can't remember. One of those ones for sure, guys. Go on the platform, check it out. It'll let you know. And yeah, so that's what's coming in the roadmap for the CGPT token bonding curves. But for now, it is going to be USD, and that is sort of the role of the token so far. Although I think, as the platform continues to develop, there's going to be definitely more of a role for CGPT to play in CGPT.fun.
Awesome. So delivering more and more utility and more verticals, which is you guys are doing an amazing job doing so. We didn't go into the skill needed to launch an AI token or a meme coin because a lot of people do not know where to even start. So, what type of coding skills is needed to launch on CBG.fun? Like, how easy is it and how quick is it to actually launch a token or an AI agent?
Yeah, it's a nice setup for a question because then I can just sort of emphatically say you don't need to know how to code at all, and you don't. You can be like me. You can be a very dim-witted type of person and just go onto the platform and just launch it. You'll be met with two options when you go on the platform. So, for example, I just clicked on the platform. I connected my wallet. I'm going to click create, and then you're going to see two options: meme or AI agent. When I click AI agent, you're going to see it sort of prompts me to put in a name, put in an image, choose the model provider. We have Web3 LLM by ChainGPT, which is our proprietary LLM. And of course, another option too, very well known GPT provider that you can also alternatively use. You're going to add in your description, your bio, as I mentioned, your lore, knowledge, personality, topics, examples of posts that it could make, and then give examples of the style configuration and chat and post. So all those things I just mentioned are literally just like qualitative things that you can come up with, but it has nothing to do with quantifying things within code or writing any code or even knowing anything about that. So yeah, not everybody wants to launch an AI agent, right? It's mostly people are just interested in the memes. But as I've sort of been,
Yeah.
going on about in this chat, the real value of the platform is through AI agents. So I really hope that it comes across how simple that is, and people build some really cool stuff.
Amazing. So it sounds it's quite customizable, turnkey, drag and drop, and easy to set up. Awesome. I'm definitely gonna have to launch one myself and have some fun with that. So with the private beta being wrapped up, can you share some of the feedback, the metrics, how many users you guys had through, and any cool stats that you might think is that you're cool with sharing?
Yeah, I think I'm sworn to secrecy on a lot of that stuff, but I could say that we actually did private beta, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Every code that I personally released, like we released several hundred codes, every code that I personally released got used. Like, because
Wow.
we have a X community.
Yeah.
So if you guys like search cgpt.fun, you'll find like our X community. And you can see there we've been dropping codes in there and like some memes and random stuff like that. So the codes that we were given from the dev team to kind of like disperse amongst the peoples, they got used. So maybe not everyone that got a code actually was able to get on the platform and launch something, but we've been really pleased so far. I'm not going to give exact numbers, and yeah, the feedback was really useful as well too. We have um, this. Like we have these diamonds, right? They're called our diamond tier. They're like diamond tier stakers, and they have like highest allocation on ChainGPT pad because of how much CGPT they've staked, and they were really crucial for this process because they had first access during the private beta. So they pointed out not major stuff. I think our dev team delivered this one pretty polished, but there was like a few little things within the UI or maybe like small glitches or typos and stuff. And it's really amazing to have like a dedicated community that's willing to test something like that before it gets to the public release. So yeah, it was a really successful gated access, and we're sort of just crunching the numbers now on the public release, and I think we'll be sharing stuff about that on socials soon, barring there's more than like 2 people that use it. If there's like 3 people, I think we can release that publicly. So
Awesome. Thank you for sharing honestly. And nothing beats having a core community, and they're probably super excited to one, try it out first, and then two, see their changes being implemented, their feedback being implemented, and being part of the launch per se. So what are some of the biggest milestones, new features, anything that you could tease in the upcoming months, given that your public launch is today?
yeah, there's a lot of
Anything you could
cool.
tease us with.
Of course, yeah, there's a lot of cool things that have been going on behind the scenes in terms of like the V2. So if you read our launch thread, they already started teasing. I don't know who does this, but they decided to start teasing the next version of it when we're announcing the first version of it. But I guess it's all sort of in service of making sure people understand like how dedicated we are to this platform. V2 is already in the works, right? So we want to keep improving this platform. We want to make sure that the fee structure, we're monitoring it to make sure that it's working for everyone, that it's driving retention, that the product has, of course, like this stickiness where people want to come back and use it. And I think another really cool idea that's been kicked around. I'm not sure exactly if this is going to happen, but we want to get in touch with like dead memes or like burned out internet personalities, like people that like maybe at one point they had some social currency and following, but they've just sort of fallen into disrepair. Maybe cgpt.fun could be their way to like achieve virality, right? So you see this sometimes, right? Like totally random example. Imagine like Bam Margera. You guys know this guy, right? From Jackass. Hopefully, I'm not dating myself. He was very cool when I was 14. Bam Margera, what if he wanted to launch a meme coin? We would love to like reach out to anyone like that where they're like, hey, I don't know anything about crypto, but I want to like, have a coin, have a presence, and then be backed by a team that could help us like build stuff. So none of that is pen to paper, and I have not been in talks with Bam Margera, but it's just an example, right? So that's something really cool. And then, as I mentioned a moment ago, bonding curves with CGPT is coming soon as well. So I can't wait to see how the product keeps developing. But I have to give a shout out to our tech team who have been absolutely working their ass off the last few weeks to make sure this is usable for everyone. And it may not be perfect, but I think it's a pretty nicely polished product. It's easy to use, fun to use. It works. You can buy, sell, create all with ease with like basically no hiccups at all. So shout out to the hardworking people who don't always get the credit, but we really appreciate them. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what they continue to add going forward.
Amazing. It sounds like you guys got a lot lined up, and totally agree with you on the take with, getting behind a celebrity, or reviving BitBoy or something, for example, like that, because
Yeah,
I think the
maybe
platform
not him.
just needs a winner. And once you have like 100 million market cap winner, and then 500 million, then 1 billion, and then people are looking out for, okay, let's see what else CGPT.fun is launching. Let's see and track the launches on CGPT.fun, and then you'll start getting that motion like the other launch pads, meme launch pads. Before we jump into the AMA, we have another question, but I just wanted to get some people ready. If you have time, of course, to answer some questions and give away some CGBT to some lucky listeners and speakers, of course. So let's jump right into it. For anybody that's been, stuck around here for the third time, I apologize for the technical difficulties. It hasn't happened before. So, yeah, thank you guys for your patience and thank you guys for showing up this week. For everybody
Thanks,
that's been listening, what's the best way to get started with CGPT.fun? Is it like launching their own meme? Is it launching their own AI token? Is it going to be trading tokens directly on the platform? Do you guys have any maybe point system or anything along that line to incentivize users, or just kind of where should users start?
Yeah, great question. So first thing, guys, is I would head over to the cgpt.fun X account that I'm speaking from right now. On my green avatar there on your screen, you can just click on it. Do me a favor and just smash that follow button, because this is where you're going to be able to find out all the information you need about our product, how it works. We have a really cool explainer video, which is like a tutorial that's going to take you through every step of how to get onboarded. It's really easy, but some people just like videos, right? Would kind of like break it all down. So this will be getting posted in the next couple of days. But let's be honest, right? The best way to learn something is just by doing it and experiencing it. When I first went on pump.fun, I needed to learn about it. So I, lost several $100s, and that was a great opportunity for me to learn about how a meme coin platform works. So I just, went on, I got rugged. The experience is going to be a lot different for you on cgpt.fun. Like I said, I think this is a lot less of a volatile platform than some of the other ones that we've discussed. So yeah, just try it out. Create your own coin. Why not? Create your own AI agent. Invest. Excuse me. I'm not supposed to use the word invest for legal reasons. I'm not supposed to use the word invest. Try out a coin. Get involved in a coin, and then experience the coin. How about that? Experience a coin with money. So try that out. Just give it a try, give it a shot, and then yeah, I think it'll be fun for you guys. Just follow along on X, check out our cool video that we posted, and just get stuck in, have some fun, do your own research. Never take financial risks that you can't afford, stuff like that. But just have fun.